Hello and welcome to the channel, and welcome today to Big Pharma. This is a game that I was very much looking forward to. I've been watching it for a while, then it kind of slipped off my radar a little bit, and then I found out that you could get beta access and I've jumped straight in. I've played it a little bit so far. I really like what I see. I'm still kind of working out optimal kind of stuff, but it's pretty cool. We'll jump into a new game, and what we'll do is we'll start one of the... I'll probably just do this bottom line one again because it's a nice little way for just to set up. So you get a bit of starting cash. It's just a 2v2 for your competitors. And I've already completed this on Master. So we need to pick our company name, which shall forever be TG Corp. And we shall be... Jenny shall be my Chief Executive Officer. Bam. There we go. Right, I'm going to quickly pause it and have a look, and then I'll quickly explain what is going on. So this is the start of our initial factory. We've got to set up a pharmacy to try and sell pharmaceutical drugs around the world. Obviously, we have to manufacture them first. So this is our base area. We can buy more and increase it, and there's a fair amount of areas you can jump to. But the important thing on each one of these areas, other than size, is these import nodes, and they're also export. So let's see what we have access to us. Every time I've loaded this up, it's been a different map, and I've had different starting points. So the first thing we're going to look at is what's available to us right now. So we have one drug which, if we balance it right, can cure acid refluxes, and if we change a few things, we can also make it cure stomach ulcers, and we've also got one to remove warts. Now, that's probably not the best start, but we'll roll with it anyway. So, acid reflux is a pretty big thing to be working on right now. So let's start with that. So let's say this is what we want to start with. So we go to our ingredients. This is the one that cures acid reflux. We want to start importing that. So this is now pulling in the base product that we then need to manufacture down. So if we bring this up again, it's currently sitting on a concentration of 14 here. Now if we can increase that by 1, it will activate that it calms acid reflux. But it won't be high enough to activate the negative effect. So it should be without effect. So we only need to increase it by 1, which we can do by putting it through an evaporator. So if we were to do... I'll tell you what, we need to make as much money out of this as we can. So if we were to say put that up here, right, and then we put a belt onto that, that belt is now going to pull in. Would help if I didn't have it on pause. That would help immensely. That will now very slowly pull in raw materials. We can now go into here and look, and you can see that that is now lit up and is activated. So now we've got that. These machines are kind of faster than the next part, which is great for us. So now we want to actually turn that effect into something that people can consume. So here we have a pill press. We're going to make 2 of them because this press is faster than these output pills. So that is literally what we're going to be making use of. So we're going to split that, and then you'll see, there you go, that will split them just nicely like that. And then we're going to do something like that. There you go. So now those pills are going to come down, and we'll get this lovely conveyor belt of constant pills. Now we just have to name it, so the TG Reflux Beta. Yeah, sure, we'll keep it with that for now, because my naming schemes are dreadful. So there we go, that is now producing me money. And we are double producing them to maximise profits. So that's pretty cool. But now, the problem is we can't do anything else in this factory, so we have to buy an extension. So I quite like the look of this one here, so we'll take that one just here. Right, now the next one. What was the other product that we had? Right, let's get that imported and we'll start working away with this. So, to get this, we cannot remove the inflamed skin. It cannot be removed in any way. And there is no point in this That's a shame. This is not the best drug to be working with. As you can see, there is no point in that where it's not in the same balance as this. We cannot remove this in any way. And, yeah, so unfortunately, that might not be the best option for us. But there's not really much else we can do. This is why I said this didn't look like a great start. I'll tell you what we can do. We can start, we'll hire an explorer and we'll go and send him to explore the moon fern and try and get us access to a new ingredient. We could also do with pulling in a researcher to get us some extra equipment. Okay, do we just work with this drug anyway? Right, he's got someone to try and go into competition with us. So ours is currently selling 30, it's rated at C, is making a profit. Theirs is rated at C, they're not selling that many, but it's making about the same. So we're making a bit more money at the minute. That's probably just because my production's higher, although I am losing money. So I think, even though this is going to inflame people, I think I've got no choice but to also put people through this as well. But I think what I might do with this one is not produce it double, and I'll just produce a single pill. So I'll go into there, out of there, and then out of there. I believe that will work. Yep, so it activates both. So this will remove warts, but it will inflame the skin. So that's not really the best, but at the minute I have no means of correcting that, which is a shame. So we can then quickly go to here. Wart soother. Yeah, sure. It'll soothe your warts, but it might not help your skin. So now we can go and look at a company thing that's not going to be doing great. As you can see, it's got a negative effect to it. I mean, the cure rating is still pretty good though, so it's still making us money. So, I mean, that's not too bad really. You know, we've kept cost quite small because we've got the low production, so it's making us a decent amount of money. But obviously it's a bit slower. We could double up the production anyway, just to get us some early money, but we are positive. How is it going towards us getting a new... I'll tell you what, I'm going to increase the game speed just to try and get that to happen a little bit faster. You know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to double up this... Yeah, we're going to double up this, I think, like that. I'm going to add junction there, and then we're going to add a junction there. There you go. There you go. And now we've got a constant supply. Beautiful. So it's going to cause inflamed skin, but you never know. We could also potentially get a... This is where the extra part of the game comes in. There's a sort of shadowy line on this. You are providing cures to people, but you're also in business. So sometimes you might not want to cure something. You might want to make a drug that helps control something, because therefore people have to keep buying it, so the supply is quite high. Whereas if you cure something, they only have to buy it once. So the supply and demand isn't that high. So you could have a cure for a disease, let's say, and you could choose to not create it because you can make more money in the long run by having drugs to help control it. So I'm making a drug right now that removes warts, but it inflames the skin. So then there's going to be people suffering from inflammation. I could then get an anti-inflammatory cream to help that, so people have to have both. You kind of get where it's going. It's kind of it's evil, but it's also quite cool. Right, that one's going to be pretty easy for us to do, and that soothes cold symptoms. Okay, that's a pretty good one for us. And we've got a new machine, which is fantastic. Can you get me the other one, friend? Ingredients. I would have to get more explorers, which right now apparently I can afford. So, in fact, let's just jump you straight onto that one then. It's probably a little bit early, but let's just do it anyway. Right, we're going to need another part of a factory. So, let's take... Right, these are all 3, so we can do one in this little corner here, because this one doesn't appear to be a particularly difficult one to work with, once again. It's got a pretty low concentration. I only need to get it up by 2, and then it'll be sitting on that, and it'll have nothing to do with induced nightmares. So we can, if we do so wish, I can just use a single machine. Let's see. It would actually be cheaper for me to have 2 evaporators rather than 1 of these. Agglomerata? I'll go with it. I'll go with 2 evaporators. So I'm going to come out. Oh, god damn it. We're going to bring it out into the evaporator. Then it's going to go through the evaporator again. Have I left myself enough room here? No, is the answer to that question. Okay, we're going to change the way we've done that ever so slightly. Right, we're going to do like that. Then we're going to do that. And then we're going to do something like that, I think. So that'll connect to that. And that. God damn it. Well, why are you... Oh, sure, whatever. Something like that, I believe, is correct. So now that soothes cold symptoms and does not induce nightmares. We're double producing these. And so now we have some Mica-like pills, which will help soothe the symptoms of a cold. The cold catcher, sure. So that should now be making me, not much money, but it should be making me a little bit. Yeah, it's not making too much, but it's making a fair amount. It's still making money, that's the important thing. That is the goal at the end of the day, is to be profitable. So as you can see, we've got some nice small production lines here. Now these are incredibly small production lines, in all honesty. Usually they start to get a little bit higher than this. But this is the joy of... I say the joy, it's the... This game you have to kind of think about as a little bit of a puzzle game. Because you're not just dealing with, oh, this needs to be added to this. There's like an optimal way to do it. It's because it throws random things at you. So me getting this on this save is completely different. So like there'll be other games where I'll get this and it won't have a concentration of 1. It'll have a concentration of like 20. So therefore I've got to get it down rapidly. Or like it'll have... Like, for example, with this one, like there is nowhere here that I can have it in the green effect that it's not in the red effect. And this cannot be removed when I hover over it, so I can't like put it... Whereas like, say... Oh, apparently I can't remove any of these horrible things. So I can't remove any of the side effects, whereas usually there is a method for removing certain side effects in the starter ones. So it'd be like, oh, if you get it to this concentration and then put it through an evaporator, it will remove that. Same as I can also evolve these. So if I wanted to turn this into an antibiotic, which is definitely something I would consider doing, I need to get it to a 4 or 8 concentration first, and then put it through the other machine that I was thinking about using instead of the evaporators, which I'm still not going to attempt to say the name of because I know I'm saying it wrong. So that's actually not that hard. What are antibiotics pricing? Okay, the antibiotic... Okay, yeah, that's something we want. We want antibiotics. In fact... No, let's keep this going. We've got quite a bit of money. Let's buy this corner area and we'll try and make another small one here. So we want incoming. Some of this. Yeah. Right, so that works at 1. We need to get it to 4. So we can put it through a single one of these, which will increase it immediately to 4. Correct? Right, that's now at 4, and you get the little tick. So if I now put it through another one of those, it will upgrade to an antibiotic. So there you go, it shakes, and now it's an antibiotic. Now you can see the problem. The antibiotic has the same concentration as the induced nightmares. Do you see how you have to play this constant like balance? Right. For now I'm going to fire you, because I don't want to do any more research just yet. Okay, well, we're still going to roll with it anyway. We need to increase it by what we're on at the minute, 7, and it needs to be on 12. So we need to put it through probably another 2 of these. So we've got to have this production line going quite a way at the minute, honestly. So we can put another one there, and then maybe we could put another one like that, potentially. Right, so now when we get to here, it's just shy, and then when we get to here, it should then also start, it should become a fully blown antibiotic, and it now induces nightmares, but there is nothing I can do about that, so what are you going to do? We are going to ship it anyway, so we're going to double that up, just like that. And there we go. So we are now going to be starting to produce antibiotics, which are worth quite a lot of money. So even though they're going to be inducing nightmares for people, they are still going to be making us quite a bit of money, hopefully. So at the minute I am losing quite a lot. How is my research coming towards my new... But that's literally about to finish. That's fantastic. So here we go. The first pill. The infection reliever. Sure, there you go. So that's making me a lot of money. Each one of those tablets is going for like 304, which is a hell of a lot more than the others. But as you can see, this production line is a little bit more complicated. So, oh, here's our new ingredient. Okay, as you can see, this one gets crazy. This can treat diabetes, which is pretty good. Now, we can remove the induces vomiting if we put it through an autoclave. We cannot remove dry mouth. But there is a single tick at the bottom if we get it to level 1 concentration where that doesn't count. So if we got an autoclave, we could remove that. And then if we got it to a concentration of 1, it would cure diabetes, well, treat diabetes, and it wouldn't provide any negative effects. Now, that's quite difficult to do. I'm not going to beat around the bush here. Right, first of all, we're going to get rid of the explorers because I don't want to be hiring like 3 of them. We're going to go back to research and we are going to hire 2 of those and we are going to start working our way towards the autoclave, because that's going to be something we're going to need if we're going to do this. So there's not really much we can do with that ingredient right now. Now I should make a quick note of an extra component to the game, this particular symbol just here. This is a catalyst symbol. So sometimes there will be an upgrade, so it'll be, I don't think I've, oh actually if I go to production I think the antibiotics might have a upgrade. There you go, see the catalyst, if you see there with the requirements to turn this into an anti-malaria tablet, I need the catalyst plus a concentration of 6 to 11. So what that means is I have to get a machine that mixes the catalyst with this particular tablet at that concentration, and then it will upgrade to this particular, it'll go to the anti-malaria. Yeah, malarial. Bleh. But yeah, so that's an extra component to it. So basically, there's lots of machines that do lots of quite clever things. I'll try and explain it a little bit better. Right, let's make use of this one. Every drug that you use has got 4 slots. So you can see this one here. The top 2 are empty. So you've got slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, slot 4. There is a machine you can get called a multi-mixer that will stick 2 components together. So if I mixed this one with this one, they can't overwrite each other, so whichever's the base one will just take control. But like, there's nothing in this one's 3rd slot, so soothes cold symptoms would drop into there. So I'm not sure if that would actually overwrite the induces nightmares. I'm not sure. That would be something I will definitely try and find out. So that would mean that I could get it to be, I could have both in one tablet, but obviously they're at different concentrates, so that wouldn't work. But it's that kind of idea. You basically you can gamble slots, but then you can also get another machine called a shaker, which will randomly jumble these up. So it could move this to a slot 1 and this to a slot 3, then slot 2 and 4 is open. So you can start to try and slam things together in more creative ways. So if they don't work at first, it doesn't mean that they won't work, if that makes any sense. It's kind of crazy but awesome at the same time. But that takes a little bit of time to get there. So relaxed tobacco taxation laws have caused a number of smokers to increase, causing people with coughs, bronchitis and lung cancer are all rising. So this little random events that happen that will mean that certain drugs become a little bit more needed than others. So I don't think we have any that can really help with that right now. I think most of the ones we've got are very based on like skins and stuff. Like a creamer for us would be kind of great, but yeah, I think that's a nice little... I'll tell you what, let's just pause it. I think that's a nice little introduction to Big Pharma. I've probably gone on a little bit longer than I intended to, but I wanted to try and show and talk about as much of it as I can. If you want to see more of this, please do let me know, because I'm going to be playing it anyway. I'll save this game, we can carry on with this one, and we can see what we can make of it. Or I can maybe use one of my other saves. It's entirely up to you guys. If you want to see more, let me know. If you want me to just start again, and we'll start a brand new one, and we'll turn it into a proper series from there on, again, perfectly cool. I don't mind, because I really enjoy these kind of games, and I kind of like the random. Every time I've started this same mission, it has been completely different, so I do like that element as well. Right, that's it from me, folks. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you very much for sticking around and watching this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Hopefully this has been helpful to you. If it has, let me know in the comments. Drop me any likes, favourites, and subscribe if you haven't already, if you do so wish. Thank you very much, and hopefully I will see you soon. Bye bye.